When it comes to the pros and cons of monthly rentals, you'll look at stability, revenue, maintenance, and the relationship that you will have with your guests. So when it comes to stability, most hosts who do monthly rentals, they like them because it brings stability within times that may be a low season when it's short-term rentals, or it's just more of they don't have to worry about it for 1 to 3 months, which is the average duration of these medium-term rentals. And so with MTRs, or monthly or midterm rentals, they tend to win out in terms of short-term rentals. Unless you're able to have a pretty high occupancy rate, MTRs definitely win out with short-term rentals because you're able to fill several months at a time and not have to worry about the in and out of that guest. In terms of revenue, short-term rentals actually win out because you're doing much more resets. It's a high dollar thing for travelers to come in. This can be different if it's monthly rentals, but you're doing more corporate or insurance type situations, then that level of revenue may actually be higher or the same. Otherwise, you would look at medium-term rentals as something that is in between an annual lease and that of a short-term rental. So it's not going to be as low as an annual lease, but it's also not going to be as high as a short-term rental. In terms of maintenance, it really is dependent. So for short-term rentals, you're going to have to do a reset every time a guest checks out. And so this can be multiple times within a month. Versus for monthly or midterm rentals, you're either going to have a higher level of cleaning once the guest checks out, or you can do a bi-weekly cleaning that pricing can be baked into your monthly price. And then lastly, when it comes to, and this is really dependent on the host, is the relationship between you and the guest. So some people like a very hands-off situation where they do not interact with the guests as often. And that can be easier with MTRs is because most times the guests will move in and there's very little communication in comparison to that of a short-term rental. With monthly rentals, you may also have people where if you like the high engagement, it is the same person that you're talking to, so you're able to build a longer-term relationship. This is actually more relevant for those of you that rent out a room that is a month or longer. And so then you're able to get to know that person rather than, asking the questions of, oh, what are you here for? Kind of the more superficial things that tend to be the conversations when you do a short-term rental. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to have more content on short-term rentals and monthly rentals. And of course, if you have a listing that you want to place for a month or longer, come visit homads.com. It's HOMADS.com.